I'm Master Jiso, and welcome to the Sifu Academy. You're probably here because you got beat. You got beat pretty bad and Fajar made you his bitch. And this is why I am doing this. So without further ado, we'll dive right into it. I'm going to show you the skills we're going to be using because chances are you are going to start on the brand new save file because you want to experience the master difficulty and you may not have all your skills yet, but the skills I'm going to show are mostly the skills you're going to need to just fight him efficiently. But before we begin, a like on this video may be very appreciated because that way we can make sure Fajar will not get to sweep more of us. With that said, any feedback, positive or negative, will be more than welcome because this is the first episode of the series, meaning if I'm unable to help you, then I can improve in the upcoming videos. So feel free to just hold on. Alright, let's go. The skills we're going to be using are back fist, charged back fist, and chasing trip kick. And the reason why you want to use chasing trip kick is because chasing strikes isn't as effective to do damage. I've spent hours trying to find a way to break this man, but he is really tough. So there are two ways you can do this fight. The first one is just trying to parry everything he does. This can be quite difficult given he will try relentlessly to break your guard and he may actually succeed in doing so. So it's not actually viable, but if you're really good at parrying, that's the way to go. But we're here because we want to slap this motherfucker in the face. Let's be honest, we want to kill that guy. There is no sparing. Wude? Never heard of it. Fajar now has crazy mix-up potential. This is why we're not going to try to guess what he's going to do because 9 times out of 10 you're going to get it wrong and get punished. And he can kill you pretty fast. We're going to go with a mix of parrying and dodging. We want to make both work because if you just keep on parrying, he's not going to stop attacking you and it doesn't give you a window to actually hit him because every time you parry, even perfectly, he's going to back off and we don't want that to happen. Fajar has 2 ways to start his combos. He's going to go for a double kick, a double mid kick, or go for a sweep. What we will try to do is actually try to dodge the first two kicks and then parry the next move because the third move is always going to be an unblockable. So instead of trying to guess which one is going to be, we're going to go and parry that no matter what because it's always going to be a delayed unblockable attack. So you need to be ready to automatically block whatever comes your way. Don't try to dodge it, you're going to get fucked 9 times out of 10. So again, you can pretty much see the animation when he's about to do the double kick. So when that happens, dodge backwards. The reason why I also want to dodge backwards is that by doing so, you may actually avoid some follower attack and it gives you time to recover because he's going to relentlessly try to kill you if he senses your guard is broken. He truly is a bastard. If you can successfully dodge those first 2 kicks and parry the unblockable, then you've done most of the work here, especially in the first phase, because he's either going to follow up with the sweep or with the mid kick. If he does go for a sweep and you end up parrying that, just be patient. Don't try to attack him yet. He's going to go for a follow-up, which is always going to be a mid. So after the unblockable sweep, he is always going to follow up with a mid or high, or he's just going to back off. Knowing that the attack which is going to come is always going to be a mid or high, it makes it easier to dodge those attacks. This is why we're not going to be guessing anymore. We already know what's coming, so it's easier to punish. Keep in mind, it's very important. If in the combo string he goes for a sweep, in the combo string he's never going to go for 2 sweeps in a row. So if he is in the middle of a combo and he does a sweep, and then you sense there's another unblockable coming, it's always going to be a mid. Just pay attention to what I said. If he is in the middle of a combo string and he does a sweep, meaning let's say he started the double kicks and then he performed the sweep and then he went into a mid, the next unblockable would never be another sweep, it's always going to be a mid. And that's where you can punish him. That's why you want to be ready to dodge the mid or highs after a sweep, because it's most likely going to be, no, it is always going to be the unblockable mid until they maybe fix it or patch it. So yeah, I reckon this is a lot of information and we are just getting started. The thing is, the master difficulty requires you to know all those things in order for you not to get hit and die. Yeah, so up until now we've been discussing what would happen if he went from the double kicks into a sweep. But now we're going to discuss the second case scenario where he goes from the double kicks to the mid. And this is where the mix-up potential actually becomes very high. And this is why the knowledge you got up until now will be very valuable. Again, what we said before still applies here. You want to still be able to dodge the first two mid kicks and then be ready to parry the unblockable mid. And after that, Fajar is going to be random. He can go from that unblockable mid to another unblockable mid. He can go from the first unblockable mid to an unblockable sweep, and that's where he actually shines. So right here, we do not want to play the guessing game. However, like we said before, if in the middle of a combo string he goes for the unblockable sweep, the follow-up attacks are always going to be mid. Knowing that, it means that even if he started at some point with the unblockable mid, if he goes to the sweep, rest assured, because he's always going to follow with the mid, and that's when you punish him. So basically, second case scenario, you just wait until the combo ends, or you wait until he goes into a sweep, and with the knowledge you get previously, you know you can dodge the follow-up mid attacks and then punish him. That's why I actually introduced the first case scenario, because at any point of this fight, it makes sense and it will also be relevant. So we did say he has two different ways to start his combos in his first phase. We talked about the first one, which is starting with the double kicks, but now it's time to address the second way he can do so, which is by sweeping. But it gets easier because knowing what we know, knowing that if he starts with a sweep, he cannot chain another sweep until he makes another mid, it makes it so much easier to punish him. So when you realize he's going to start, you want to parry that move, that unblockable, unless you can react in time and actually dodge it. But knowing that he's going to go for the sweep, then you know, okay, he's going to go for mids now, so I'm actually safe, I can punish him. I did not talk about how to actually punish him and with what kind of combos you can go for, because it's truly up to you. The reason why I wanted to put, chasing trip kick in the mix is because the bosses recover way faster in the master difficulty, and it takes 4 punishes to stun them as opposed to 3 in the normal difficulty. So why would you use, chasing trip kick? It's because when you do perform it, you will make the enemies trip on the ground, and while they're on the ground, you don't have to go straight for them just yet. You can wait a second or actually 2, giving you time to recover your structure in case you've been parrying for a while. This is why I mostly included trip kick because it can give you some time to breathe. But the rest is up to you. If you want to use, crouch punch, raining strikes, it's all up to you. But you need to know about the combo strings and how your window to actually be able to punish him. And knowing that, you should be fine. Now, I did also talk about back fist, and the reason why back fist is very effective is because you can actually stop Fajar from attacking you if you can hit him with back fist before he hits you. But the timing is very tricky. This is why it's not very reliable, and it's more reliable in his second phase. But if you can actually land that fist the second you see him move, then you can interrupt him and then punish him. But he can sometimes sweep under it, and that's why I don't like staying too close to him. So yeah, let's go to the second phase now. In phase 2, Fajar can pretty much mix you even more than in the first phase, but also it is an easier phase because of one simple thing. He starts his combos 2 different ways in his second phase. He can again try to go for the double kicks, the double mid kicks, or he will leap in the air and try to do a spinning attack. And actually every single time you see him go for that, charge your back fist and land it. Normally you should always be able to land it and stun him out of the animation. Phase 2 is easier because if you want to chase him, you can just stay afar and wait for him to do that one attack and stun him out of it. It is very, very reliable and you can't go wrong with it. So every time you see him go in the air, land it. Just do it. The second way he can start his combo string, is still with the double, the double mid kick, mid high kick, and after that, after those kicks, he can now, on top of being able to sweep or to do the unblockable mid, he can do a double slash. So now the mix-up potential has increased because you don't know which one of those 3 he's going to go for. And again, don't try to take a guess. When you see those kicks, this time you can still try to dodge them or you can try to parry them. But after that, don't try dodging anymore, just wait for it and parry. The one thing we learned about him not being able to chain 2 sweeps in a row still applies in the second phase. So if, for example, he started his second string with the doubles kick and he goes into a sweep, be sure that the one unblockable which is going to come is going to be a mid. Knowing that if you dodge at the proper time, you will always punish him all the time. The thing with Fajar is that he has a certain pattern, and if you want to fight him head on and just try to guess what he's going to do next, you're going to get hit all the time. I mean, not all the time, but most of the time. So when he does go for that very long combo where he starts with double kicks, the mid and the high one, just try to stay there and parry your way out of it. Don't forget, the unblockables are slightly delayed, so you can afford to, wait half a second before parrying. I still have some issues, blocking that very high kick he has. It gets me almost every time because I'm expecting the delayed unblockable. But it is fine, you can actually afford to get hit by it because that's the end. Normally, most of the time, that's the end of his combo. So even when you get hit by it, it doesn't do that much damage and you're pretty much safe. Also, you can sometimes stop him from attacking you when he's going to go for the double kick starter, But again, it's not very reliable because sometimes you do get hit. That's why I didn't want to include that, because it's even more unsafe than using back fist. So yeah, but if you want to do so, you can use crotch punch, which is really good when you can effectively use it. So yeah, this is going to be the end of the video. It was a very I mean, that's a lot of data you have right now, but hopefully in my case, I'm able to actually pretty much read Fajar 9 times out of 10. And when you do lose your focus, this is where you get hurt, right? And when he notices that you get hurt, he's going to try relentlessly to attack you. So when you do get hit, because you actually might happen. Wait, what am I saying? When it does happen, just keep your calm. It's okay. It's okay to get hit. Again, it will take some time for you to get to the point where you can perfectly know which string he's going to go for and when to predict the mids, after knowing that, hey, he just went for a sweep, he cannot go for another sweep. Hopefully this video finds you and actually helps you. I'm Mashitiso, and well, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Go out there and kick some ass. Bye bye, and I'll see you very soon.